According to a new survey, if you 40% of people who actually have bought Bitcoin in the past year are down on the stock price or on the asset price that they ended up buying Bitcoin on, which begs the question if Bitcoin that touched just below 30,000 yesterday for a couple of seconds is finally cheap enough to buy. Justin, would you end up buying Bitcoin on this dip?
So we have a dedicated crypto analyst now for ROI Club. And we just bought him a glass.
Is sponsor of the show, by the way.
Yes.
Shout out to the ROI Club.
Check us out. Actually, the number one position on the 26% position on our portfolio just reported this morning. Smashed earnings. The earnings call is in 45 minutes, so we'll be hopping on that. So check it out if you guys.
You've been talking about them for a year.
Yeah, probably over a year. Yep. I got a lot of my net worth on that one. So. Yeah, but anyway, kind of going back to this, the data is actually from Glassnode. So we got him a Glassnode subscription. So Roque members should just wait until we talk a little bit deeper about this. But he had brought this to our attention 3 weeks ago that that if percentage of holders that are underwater goes above it was like 60 or 70%. I forget the exact. We'll ask him at the next stream today or Thursday. Then that's like a pretty big buy signal with Bitcoin. But I'm going to use this time just to harken back to what we were saying in the beginning of the show, is Bitcoin is being adopted. It's a new technology. And if Bitcoin ran to $250,000, I think I would unload some, I would de-risk some, I probably wouldn't buy. And it's not because I think I believe in Bitcoin any less than I did when I bought my first Bitcoin, or maybe my second Bitcoin at like $5,000. It's because the risk reward upside, how much are you getting paid to take that risk, has changed. So similar with Palantir, it's getting better as the stock price goes down. With Tesla, it's getting better as the stock price goes down. With Bitcoin, it's getting better as the price of Bitcoin goes down, and it gets completely worse. You have to look at, like, if you were at the roulette table or whatever, like a gambling table in Vegas, and I said, hey, flip this coin. If you win, I'll pay you 10 cents. And if you lose, you owe me $1. You would never take that bet, right? So you got to think about it like that. And Bitcoin is just getting, with the whole market is going down with all risk assets, and all these adventures are getting more attractive, and you just got to choose your own adventure. Maybe Bitcoin, maybe Tesla, maybe Palantir.
Tom, do you think the adventure of Bitcoin is worth going on?
So I think that the very uneducated takes on Bitcoin on mainstream media that came out yesterday and were supposed to come out today, by the way, are hilarious. I'm sure they're already, preparing the presses. I mean, they don't use presses anymore, right? Do they, like with actual newspapers, for like the headlines? Bitcoin under 30,000. What should you do? Bitcoin is a scam. And all of a sudden, Bitcoin is up 5% on a day. So for those of you who don't know, Bitcoin is already up 5% today, which is exactly what I said in the last show. Bitcoin tends to behave similarly with the market when the market crashes, but it bounces back a lot faster. The same thing happened with the COVID spike. Bitcoin is much more resilient. The truth is that Bitcoin is not really selling off with the market. There's an initial sell-off. All the weak hands get weeded out. People like me and Justin buy more. I'm not comparing myself to Justin. I'm not such a big bull as Justin, but I am bullish. So I am buying the dips, and I did buy yesterday. And then you basically have to understand, if you want to be an investor in Bitcoin, you have to understand that screaming matches and arguing with idiots on Twitter about Bitcoin is very entertaining, but completely pointless. Just buy more in the dips, put it to the side, and forget about it. It's just look, everything in life is at least in economics is all about supply and demand. Bitcoin is there's less and less of it as they mine more and more of it, right? So unlike money, which can be printed indefinitely, Bitcoin cannot. So if you have a finite amount of Bitcoin, and there's enough people who see value, that eventually the price will have to go up. It's inevitable. And I'm really amused to see like all the haters that was already. I'm sure there was video made on YouTube, right? People like making the videos. Oh, Bitcoin under 30K ? And now it's at 32,000. Not concerned. Buying opportunity, easy.